All right, so you are like me and you own a 14900K, and WoW decides to throw this random access memory violation crash at seemingly the most random moments and for whatever reason. The very first step that you need to do before watching the rest of this video is find out find out what motherboard you have and update your BIOS to the most recent microcode. Now, this is going to be different depending on what motherboard you have, and it's going to take way too long to go through how to do it for every single person. So again, the very first step before you do any of this is you want to make sure that your BIOS is updated to the current version of Intel's current microcode. And this is a very simple process to do on modern motherboards. It's not something that you need to stress out about. It is something that you need to do in a very specific method, but literally there's like 10 steps, and they're very 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 kind of thing, and you're done. So do that before watching the rest of this video. Hey everybody, just wanted to make a quick video on how to help mitigate access memory crashes if you play WoW and own a 13900K or 14900K CPU, which seems to be the core of the issue here. First things first, and as a disclaimer, I am not a software engineer, I am not a hardware guru, I am simply a guy trying to help out others who may have had or run into these same issues. The first elephant in the room is the CPU themselves. Intel released an official update stating that basically all of their early 13900Ks and 14900K chips have extreme oxidation issues stemming back to their manufacturer's die-cast. In English, these CPUs are toast and are running on borrowed life. I'm sure there are plenty of people out there who have had zero issues with this CPU, me being one of them specifically, only to find out that WoW likes to crash. Literally no other game gives me any issue whatsoever, no program, no YouTube video, no Google Chrome, nothing gives me issues, even running at max settings in 4K besides World of Warcraft. So clearly in their last update, something changed, or a patch or two ago, something happened in the background there with Blizzard that is inadvertently causing these crashes. So here is a step-by-step guide to help mediate your crashes. And again, this is something that I found on a Reddit post from somebody who seemed to be a little bit more educated about me about these issues. Step 1 is to download Intel XTU. Step 2 is to turn off your VBS and BIOS. Step 3 is to verify that your VBS is turned off by running msinfo32 in your command prompt. If VBS is still running, you need to find out why. This is where your work comes in as a viewer. There's a couple different things that could be turned on your system that causes VBS to run. You need to find out what that is, get that changed, and make sure that VBS is turned off. Because VBS will not work, Intel XTU will not work if VBS is enabled. So this is just something that you have to do to work around that. Your step 4 is to run the Intel XTU and turn your P-core ratios to 5-6x manually. Now, I do want to reiterate something. Using Intel XTU incorrectly can brick your entire PC. Do not mess with these settings apart from these exact instructions here. And make sure you look at the screenshot. You don't want to turn the wrong cores down. You don't want to turn the P ratios off. We really don't even want to be doing this in the first place, but this is what was recommended to me, and essentially what it's doing is just underclocking your CPU and praying that your CPU is no longer calling on memory that it can't access for whatever reason. Your processor core ICC max should now be set to 307 amps. Your turbo boost short power max should be set to 253 watts. Step 6 is to turn off additional GPU features in WoW. After you've done these steps, you should be running a little bit more stable. What we are doing by doing this process is updating the BIOS, turning off VBS to allow Intel XTU to modify files, use Intel XTU to undervolt the CPU safely. The CPU will run in a more stable state that prevents as many crashes. Turn off anything GPU related that may reference CPU or RAM values, and throw an access memory violation. Save, make sure these settings are valid. So far, this has alleviated about 99% of crashes for me.